I get asked about Fundrise all the time since I'm a real estate investor. And there's one thing that I want to say about Fundrise, and that I would... Welcome back to the channel, guys. My name is Bruce Wang. I'm a real estate investor, dividend investor as well, turned YouTuber. In today's video, I want to update you guys with my M1 Finance portfolio, let you guys know how the performance is going, because a lot of you guys have been following me on YouTube because of M1 Finance. On top of that, I want to compare my performance to Fundrise and why I won't be investing in Fundrise or with Fundrise, and why I don't recommend you guys to invest with Fundrise as well. So let's jump right into the portfolio here. I'm sitting at $3,175.51. I think the market's just closed a few minutes ago. My total gains are $80.33. $60 was from the market gains and $22 was from earned dividends. So, and that's not too bad. So in the last 6 months, I've received a return of almost 7%. That is how my performance is going. So today was a big day in the markets. So pretty much anyone that has started to invest or put money in the markets in the last few weeks, when we saw this really big downturn in the markets, you would be up unless you picked some really bad stocks out there. So comparing my portfolio to the S&P 500, basically, for the last 6 months, I have been trailing the S&P 500. We are neck and neck when it comes to performance. One thing I want to let you guys know is that if I wasn't doing YouTube and I was just strictly working on my rentals and doing my real estate projects, I would just be investing in the S&P 500 only. Through my research, the average gain from the S&P 500 is around 7 to 12% gains. So I'm not saying that every year you'll get that type of performance, but on average, that is what is happening with the S&P 500. So if you're brand new to investing in the stock market and you really don't know what you're doing, I highly recommend you guys to go look at the Vanguard S&P 500 ETF. There's a bunch of different other ETFs that track the S&P 500 index, so you guys can look up those as well. SPY is a very popular one. It's basically the same exact thing as the Vanguard's S&P 500. So go take a look at those two. If you're just beginning and you really don't know where to go or what to do, take a look at those two. You guys won't be disappointed. So my main objective in the stock market is just to focus on dividend investing. So that is what my portfolio is all about. Let's take a look at my activities here. So for the last week, I've been getting a decent amount of dividends from a bunch of different sources. Here we go. Here's one of my biggest dividends, BND. $1.12. Everything else is just looking like pennies. IVZ here. The performance of IVZ for my portfolio recently is not doing too well, but I'm still staying invested. I'm not selling anything. All I'm doing is just buying and holding and collecting dividends. That's the one thing about investing that I really had a hard time. I thought that the more work I put into it, the more action that I involve myself with my stocks, the better returns that I would see. But that is completely not true. I've tried it all. I've tried day trading, penny trading, and all of those did not work. And right now, the only thing that's working for me right now is just investing in high quality stocks and being diversified. So let's take a look at the real estate pie here, because today is going to be mainly focused on comparing Fundrise to my M1 Finance portfolio. So another thing about my portfolio is that I'm heavily invested in real estate. About 20% of my portfolio has to do with real estate. So let's take a look at that folder. Total value right now is $633. If we take a look at the all-time performance here, I'm up almost $30, $7 from gains. $7 from earned dividends, and total return is doing even better than the S&P 500 here, 8.79%. So if you guys want to know what I'm invested in when it comes to M1 Finance, go into the description and you'll find a link. I share my portfolio. You can see every single stock that I'm invested in, so you guys can easily follow along. So let's go through the website really quickly. This looks like a very professionally well done website. So going through all their listings, this looks very attractive. They have a really nice display of listings here, and they give you really good updates on projects whenever they're completed. So let's take a look at this project right here. New apartment development. Commitment is like 2.5 million. Debt structure. So Fundrise kind of acts like a bank in this perspective when it comes to the debt structure, and other people borrow the money. So whoever is developing this building is going to be borrowing $2.5 million, and whenever they pay it back, they would say that this is complete, and they would also give you, a little update right here. Exit update, investment in LA apartment pre-development pays back successfully. They give you guys the annualized return of 9%. So that is pretty cool. That's probably why they don't really show the exact location. So we can't really go hunting down these locations and showing up and being a nuisance to all these people. So let's take a look at some of the plans that they're offering here. Supplemental income, create an attractive, consistent income stream, balance investments, long-term growth, or introducing the starter portfolio, $500 minimum, our lowest ever, most popular choice ever here, free upgrades to a core plan. The least amount is going to cost you for investing in here is going to be $500. So if you decided that you want to invest in real estate, it's going to be a lot cheaper to go with M1 Finance, and you can buy fractional shares of this really diversified REITs ETF from Vanguard, or you can even take a look at what I'm investing in. For anyone that has a really low budget, less than $500, M1 Finance is probably going to be a lot better option. So we saw how much everything costs to invest. You get a 90-day satisfaction guarantee, so you can probably request a return or whatever if you decided. Fundrise wouldn't be for you, which isn't for me. Historical performance, we've invested in $2.5 billion worth of real estate with strong results. Not too bad. Almost double-digit growth every single year. So when I'm looking at Fundrise, it looks great. It's an amazing presentation. I almost want to invest in it after I'm looking at this website. That's one thing it has going for itself. They really market themselves really well. It looks like their target audience, to me, seems like they're trying to go after millennials. You look at all the colors here, just how they set everything up so professionally. It really looks like they're going after millennials. If you compare this with like Vanguard's website, Vanguard, there's like almost no photos. Everything is just text, no imagery or anything. So Vanguard, you can tell, is for more. Leave a like for the fire trucks, man. They just won't leave my channel alone. So Fundrise has their target audience, and they know exactly how to trigger them, how to get them to invest in their company. And their website must be such a great lead magnet for them to just keep pulling in all these millennials to keep investing. For myself, I know how companies market towards certain target audiences, so I don't really fall for a lot of marketing schemes. Like Apple is really good at marketing. I don't really want to make this video about how companies can target audiences and take advantage of them. So I just want to say this. I think that Fundrise is just very overrated. If you want to get those type of returns, you can just invest in a REITs, Vanguard REITs ETF. I think that is the #1 way to go if you just want to be invested in real estate. To invest in real estate in real life like I am, that is a lot harder, but that is where you're going to see the best returns, and you can have full control of the asset as well. So when it comes to Fundrise, there's really nothing wrong with the company that I've seen. The only thing is that you really have to trust this company with your money. If we see a recession in the next few years, you don't really know what's going to happen to the money that you've invested. So let's say if everybody wants to sell at the same time, what is the company going to do? Can they just sell all the real estate that they own to pay back the investors? You don't really know that. It's completely unknown, but that's the risk that you take when it comes to investing. In my case, I'd rather just throw that money into an index fund and have it completely diversified, especially if it's a down market. That's why it's hard for me to trust Fundrise. I don't know what they're going to do in a down market. Most investors, they start panic selling during a recession, and that's what causes the death spiral of a crash. And if everybody starts panic selling, Fundrise might not be able to cover all those shares that they're selling and whatnot. So I just rather not deal with any of that and invest in index funds or invest in real estate myself. So those are my thoughts with Fundrise, and just comparing it really quickly to M1 Finance and just my investments as well. When it comes to my real estate and you guys want to know more about that, you guys can go watch my older videos about that here, or you guys can even follow me on Instagram, where I actually show you day-to-day updates of my rental properties. So go follow me on Instagram if you haven't already. Like the video if you haven't liked it. Subscribe to the channel for more content just like this, and hit the notification so you guys get notified. I'll see you guys in the next one. Love you. Bye.